What's up, everybody? I'm back. I'm here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6. Where we at? Episode 23, I believe it is. Um, if you're new here, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get into this episode of Huntsville, child. We are still at the storage unit because Mel done surprised Kiki with a drug test. Initially, Amin is like, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. And Kiki is like, I'll take a drug test if Marcel takes a lie detector test. Why? It don't matter if he take a lie detector test. Kiki, this is the thing. Tisha doesn't care. And so who is it that you want to prove this to? That he's been cheating? Hell, I feel like Marcel ain't no different than any other nigga out here. Well, has Amin ever cheated? We don't know, Kiki. We haven't seen no back pictures, but he's a husband. Y'all been married for many, many years. You've been over here like dealing with, addiction issues. So, worry about yourself, Kiki, because you got a lot going on. Kiki did go ahead and take the drug test, and she passed it. And Mel said, I sure am glad she went ahead and took the test and didn't ask to come back in 72 hours. And see, that's just the thing. Kiki passed the drug test. I'm gonna give her that, but I'm gonna say this: it's one thing a person that has to take a drug test often knows how to do, and that's pass that make it flick it. They know how to pass it, and clearly they're familiar with drug tests because her husband was like, "Pill it from right to left, don't pill it from left to right," because he's done it before, he knows how it works, and so yeah, I mean, why would she be worried? I think Kiki is smart enough to know that within a 72-hour period, and she probably look, the lady passed the drug test, and so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna accuse her of anything but acting very strange. So, you could chalk it up to whatever you want to chalk it up to, but I have somebody very close to me that knew very well how to pass a drug test and had to go sometimes 2, 3 times a week and knew exactly how to pass that thing. So I'm just saying they know what they're doing. They get very well practiced on how to deceive people. Mel said, after they celebrated her passing the drug test, Mel asked them why they was moving, and they told her, that they were moving because their son played football and they were trying to get him in a better position to get a scholarship. This is not strange to me that people do this kind of thing. Like I said before, I hear of a lot of parents doing a lot for their kids in these years where they're trying to get them recruited to colleges and things for basketball, football, and things of that nature. Honestly, if your kid is going to go ahead and try to play professionally, then that's what you ought to be doing, especially if you don't own your house. People be like, kids live with the grandmama a lot of the times or the auntie. What's that show? With Tay Diggs, All American. They had that boy move all the way to the coach's house so he could go to Beverly Hills High School. So this is not a new thing. But here go Tiffany all up in business, talking about they don't live in that district. And if their son is as good as they say he is in that area as far as football is concerned, you ain't gonna be able to just train him like that because everybody is gonna know something is up. You know what I'm saying? Especially the parents that their kids play football. So Tiffany is such a Karen. This is the Karen stuff, Tiffany, that we be talking about. Why is you in this girl's business and you always doing something related to somebody's children? It's weird, Tiffany. We just gonna start calling you Karen because you be on your Karen shit for real, for real. Where's Lou? What school district is he working for? Girl. That's what be happening. Tiffany is over there angry because she's stuck at home by herself with that baby, and now she wants to like lash out at other people. Them angry people that want to lash out. Like, really, honestly, Tiffany, what do you have against Kiki? Because why? It just doesn't make sense. It just seems very weird that you be going that hard for Kiki. Yeah, it's weird. So Tisha is planning Tisha is planning a little getaway, a 5-day vacation with her husband and her children And he said he can't go for 5 days. And listen, they're in their room, and I get very distracted when they go in their room because it's so like poorly decorated. I just go back to Tisha saying the decorator is coming to, bring them whatever it is they're bringing to whatever it is they're supposed to be constructing over there, office space or whatever the hell it is over there, or their new house. Tisha, keep your closet door closed if it's gonna be junky in there. And the whole time she's talking, to be honest, I'm focused on that sofa table that she's got in that little bitty ass bedroom. Like, they don't need extra furniture in that bedroom, but girl. And then she got like a litany of all this different makeup. Like, don't you have a makeup artist? Like, how much makeup are you putting on? Like, when I go in my bathroom, literally my makeup thing is like this big. I got a foundation, eyebrow pencil, mascara, a couple few lipsticks, and I have a powder in there. Rarely do I use powder. I'm just saying, you don't need but 5 things, girl. Why do you have all those different makeup? You're not that girl. What did you open it? Is it Mila and Macy makeup? Anyway, Tisha says she's done with Kiki after what happened when at the barbecue. And I suppose, like, if Kiki had doused the shit out of me with all of that, I wouldn't have nothing to say to her ass either, because I still feel like drugs or no drugs, you ain't had no business coming in there slapping that glass on that lady because she didn't want to talk to you. Why are we trying to force this lady, Kiki, to have a conversation about her cousin, whether he had an affair or not? I just don't know on what planet that would be okay. Because I don't want to hear it either, especially if I've decided to stay. And if I decide to leave, you might not be the person I want to have that conversation with. I'm just saying, Kiki, you took a drug test over down to the storage unit bathroom. So you should just relax a little bit. Marcel over here patting himself on the back because he apologized to Stormy. He realized that the girl that she said, was her friend that was doing drugs, she said used to keep her son, and her son is still a baby. So now he's like, oh man, that wasn't that long ago. Nope. Maybe you should be careful how you been running your mouth, Marcel. You just be going, trying to like outsmart somebody and outsass somebody. And now that's what Stormy said. You said y'all cool. She over there still calling you a sassy bitch, but that's y'all's friend-child. Marcel claims that he cares for Kiki and he's more hurt than he is angry, and I disagree. I don't think you're hurt at all. I think anybody who brings up anything about you and your infidelity is somebody that, you don't really like much. I don't blame you. Like, I would be irritated with Kiki too if every time I went somewhere, she was bringing up stuff. She talking about Africa and the picture of his back, and we saw it. That was a long time ago. She saw it too, and she's still there. So, I know if my man went to Africa without me, I probably wouldn't live there anymore, or he wouldn't live there anymore. One of us ain't living here anymore. And Tisha, y'all got several houses, one on this side of town, one on that side of town. He could go stay at one of those. I don't know. He ain't going nowhere. She don't care. They're planning a vacation. They're planning a getaway and kicking you down to the storage unit taking a drug test. So Tisha said, Kiki is always like, y'all think Tisha's perfect. And she's like, I'm not perfect. And, I make mistakes too. We know you're not perfect. We looking at you, girl. You far from it. When I look at that bedroom and then the way them sheets don't match, and I don't know what that headboard is supposed to be. It look like, what's that place where the people go? Bangkok. You look like y'all ran down to Bangkok. Furniture, filled up your house with it. I'm just saying. I'm sorry out there to anybody who bought their furniture from Bangkok, but I'm just saying, it's, y'all supposed to be millionaires. And if I ain't bought no furniture from Bangkok, but if I had millions, I'm definitely not. And I'm definitely gonna have a bedroom where I could spread out. I feel like this ain't really my bedroom, but that's neither here nor there. I feel like though my bedroom, I could spread out and you could see more than the closet. And if I open my closet, by the way, Tisha, all my hangers match. And I don't have like things falling off. Like you're kind of messy, Tisha, to be bringing people in your bedroom. But I'm distracted because I really don't care about these things with Tisha and Marcel. They're kind of irritating, to be honest. So she's saying that she's not perfect and she has makes mistakes and she has learned from her mistakes so she can do better. And this is where it happens. Every time they have a scene together, he comes and zings that ass. Every time they was down to the block doing a photo shoot, he basically told her she wasn't sassy. She don't know how to be sassy. Every time they have a scene together, he nails her to the wall, and she's always so blindsided by it. And then she look a fool. Like this time, she's talking about how she acknowledges her mistakes and she takes accountability for her mistakes and she does better. And he's like, hold on, you don't really take accountability. And she's like, when did I not? In the last 30 days, when have I not taken accountability? And he said, well, when we was having a meeting about the Black Expo, and Mel has said, by the time he said Mel, I know the like fire, smoke was flying out of her ears. I would make it very clear to my husband, if you say the name Mel as it relates to me, I don't give a shit what it is. I'm going to punch you dead in your throat with the closest fork I could find in the silverware drawer. That's what I'm going to do. Because I don't appreciate it. But this is what he does. He compares her to her nemesis and tells her how, she didn't take accountability because Mel said that the thing wasn't organized. And then they go back and forth of how she said it. At this point, it don't even matter. It wasn't organized. But I'm going to say this, Marcel, that doesn't just fall on her, okay? Stop making her feel like the thing wasn't organized because of her. You take accountability too. I just only saw you over there pretending to write on your iPad and, acknowledging that you think that, it's kind of true. But, Mel is a boss and it's so Stormy. And they're two very different kind of people. But, they get their business handled. Tisha, focus on your business and not copy and pasting somebody else's. What is it that you do? Because you a broker, you a real estate, you a this, you a product, hair care product person. You got a lot of things going on. Public speaker, podcaster. It's a lot. And we don't see any of it. Construction worker, contractor. No, she's not a contractor. I don't know what the hell she is. A fool. But she likes it there over in La La Land. As she packs that itty bitty suitcase. Whose suitcase was that? Was that just her suitcase? Because I don't feel like we can't share no suitcase. And why can't y'all niggas pack your own suitcase? Because I feel like it goes like that over here too. He'd be expecting me to figure out what he gonna wear, what he gonna take, and what he gonna pack. Y'all need to learn how to. I would never be comfortable with him packing my suitcase because I know it ain't gonna be, there's things in there that I need that he ain't gonna think about. So anyway. Mel is having an event. It's a name change ceremony based on the layout with the invitations and things and the way she describes her vision. It already sounds pretty. I already can't wait to see what her party gonna look like. Tisha, if you ain't mad, maybe you're going to come through here and see the name changing ceremony. Mel says she's gonna have security. Why is she gonna have security? Because we know Martell don't know how to act. That's why. And she's not gonna have no parties nowhere anymore without security. He just crashed down the birthday party and he just don't have good sense. So she said the whole chapter is closed, and I'm happy for her because I think there's so much negativity attached to that name that, she's not even 40 yet. She gets a chance to go through this whole new chapter, not being reminded that, Melanie Holt, he has some type of ownership over her. That's why he has a problem with the name change, because once that's it, then, what you gonna do? Complain about babysitters again? Stormy goes over to visit Kiki. She They bring up the barbecue and how Kiki acted a fool because the last time they seen Kiki, she was getting dragged out of the barbecue, you know, her and her husband. Um, Kiki, apologized to Stormy for snatching the cards out of her hand, and she's still trying to explain herself. Stormy let her know that they was like implying after she left that she was still doing drugs, and she's sitting up there grinning and laughing, and her response to things like now you like giggling and stuff because you know that you passed that drug test on camera and you think we feeling like, ha ha ha. That's not how I feel. I feel like you know how to pass the drug test, Kiki, and your behavior is still weird and your response to things is still weird. Stormy is trying to tell her about how they said she may still be on drugs, and she talking about how stupid Tisha looked because Marcel is cheating on her. And I'm like, that's why I think they're both lying, because they keep on doing that. Every time somebody accuses Kiki of, or brings up drugs, Kiki then responds with Marcel's cheating, and vice versa. Every time somebody brings up Marcel's infidelity, he responds with Kiki is a liar and a drug addict. So y'all keep, like, the way you deflect is, to me, is like guilty, guilty, guilty. And Kiki says she wasn't ready for that fight. Who she was ready for was Tiffany, because Tiffany be out here in these streets talking about her. And then they showed a clip of a Carlos interview, and Tiffany was just horrible. Like, Tiffany, why do you think you better than this lady? It's really confusing because you're really not. Hell, Kiki is over there dealing with addiction issues, and her husband is at home. Where yours at? And where your kids at? You always talking about somebody's kids. Now we see baby Ace over there on your shoulder because he just got here, but you have a son that we have not ever seen. Why is that? Where he at? Do you be having weekend visits? Like, how is your custody situation? Since you want to guide Martell through his, and Melanie. Kiki told Stormy Tiffany was talking shit about her products. See, now now Kiki is mad and she coming for you, Tiffany, and I kind of want to see it, to be honest. Look, y'all like y'all's mess and I like mine. And I don't really like Tiffany. I never have. And so, yeah, I want to see Kiki get her. Kiki be out here lying. Tiffany out here being a Karen. Stormy out here being fake or phony. Anyway. Stormy asked her where did she get that from, and Kiki said she got it from Mel. Mel told her that that's what Tiffany said, and then right away Stormy's interpretation of that was Mel and Tiffany said something about her products, and now that's not what I heard Kiki say. Kiki said Mel told her that Tiffany was talking about Stormy's products, and we have all seen Mel. Y'all, go call me a millimeter. Not true, but because I ain't nobody's meter. I might be a lamb. I ain't gonna lie, because I love Mariah Carey and all the foolishness that goes along with her. But Mel, I just, I'm not a millimeter. Anyway, I just feel like Stormy, we seen Mel get over here. And this girl Tiffany was trying to talk shit about Kiki, and she didn't involve herself in that mess. And she's smart enough not to involve herself in the mess when Tiffany is talking about you. Melee says shit about your products. I don't think she would definitely say something about your products to Tiffany. Now, she might talk shit to her real friends that ain't on this show, but not to her, because you see how messy Tiffany is. But you want to be mad at Mel anyway, just because. Anyway, I guess that's where they left at. Stormy says she gonna find out if Tiffany gonna say it to her face or not, and if she don't, then I guess she'll check it, and she will. She gonna check it. She always does that. Like, she'll get her by herself and say something. We'll see. Mel invited Tisha and Kimmy to go work out. And now it's after the barbecue. And Tisha is still in her feelings, I suppose. Tisha don't care for Mel much. And her husband already, put it out there talking about uh you wasn't accountable when Mel had a great idea because you know how Marcel be doing it. Low key, he be doing it on purpose. High key, not low key. High key, he be doing it on purpose. But like everybody has been saying, Marcel does that to keep beef between the two. So he knows how she feels about Mel, and any little attention that he gives to Mel, like positive in a positive way, not even just positive, but anytime he like uses Mel to cut her down a notch. He knows how she's gonna respond to that and just like brew the hate up a little bit more. Tisha showed up with an attitude, probably because she knew what she was gonna have to talk about. She didn't want to talk about any of that. Like the last time y'all seen each other was at the barbecue, and we about to talk about what happened at the barbecue. They go in there and it's an older lady, and she had a little cute little setup in there, and I think they thought they was getting ready to get lightweight work, but Auntie put them through it. She put the workout on them. I actually liked it because it wasn't intimidating, and it was definitely something that I feel like everybody can do. Kimmy did share that since her bout with cancer, she has trouble breathing, and that the doctor told her that it wasn't probably going to get any better, but she don't believe that. And so good for Kimmy. Like, don't let somebody tell you what you ain't gonna do. You do what you got to do to feel better. And I feel like any exercise is gonna probably make it better than it was. You know what I mean? So shame on him. Anyway, I feel like she's probably always gonna have to deal with it, but whether or not it gets better, we shall see. Kimmy asked Tisha how she was doing after the barbecue. And Tisha said she's distanced herself from Kiki because actually she said she distanced herself from Kiki when she first started hanging around with them because they've had this back and forth tumultuous relationship since they were 13 years old. And she said something about she doesn't want that lifestyle. I don't know what that means, that lifestyle. Like now she out here trying to imply things. I don't like it. And it's because like if Kiki is struggling, like I think that's normal for her to like have relapses. It's gonna be hard, like sometimes I think for her. And she's been battling for a long time. At this point, I don't know how long. Now, was it since she was 13 years old? Because y'all said y'all been fighting since she was 13. So that lets me believe that y'all been fighting before the drugs became an issue. I'm just saying, because I don't think she was a drug addict when she was 13. However, the way Ketisha's putting things out there, talking about she Mel says, so you think she's on drugs. Now she knows that Kiki took this drug test and she passed it. And for Mel, I guess she like, that's all I need to know. Like when I popped up on her, she was definitely not under the influence of anything. Now, what's going on outside of that, I don't have no answer for. And Tisha was like, yeah, for sure, I know. And Mel's like, how do you know? And she never did mention that drug test. She just was saying like where Tisha was coming from. And Tisha's like, well, because, there are signs. And I've heard from family members and they've been telling me that she's been asking to borrow money. And now she out here quoting Tiffany, talking about you just can't be messing with people who don't have nothing to lose. And then when you put drugs into the scenario, then they become very dangerous. And I was like, now she's dangerous. Now Kiki is dangerous. She busts you in the face with some water. She didn't hit you with the glass, though, the cup. I'm just saying. And y'all have claimed to have fought plenty of times. So, I don't like it. It's just kind of messed up because you're talking about somebody's real life. Now you painted a picture of somebody who not is struggling, because there's a difference. She's not just struggling to stay sober. She is dangerous. Okay, girl. Mel was pretty much like, well, she came in there like already on 10. So did something transpire before that? Like, did y'all have a conversation before that that led, that added, the build up to why she came in there like that? And she's like, no, nothing that would, make her act like that type of way. And Mel, he was like, are you sure? Like, I ain't had no type of conversation or nothing. That I'm done. I'm done. I'm about to leave. I'm not about to have this conversation. Okay, girl. I mean, I don't even think that's a weird question. The question is, did y'all fight before she got there any kind of way? But we all know because the streets been talking, and this show right here have a lot more going on the internet now in these streets than they do on when we get to the episode. So we all been heard the backside to this whole makeup artist story. And now you mad at Kiki because she didn't fire her makeup artist. And that's what the anger is about, because Kiki is having conversations with other people. There's a barber, there's two makeup artists, and then there's Kimmy, and then I heard Stormy's name brought up in it. And so, not that Stormy had any part about it in it necessarily, except for Stormy knew before we got to that barbecue. That's probably why Stormy was looking like, what, we talking about that here now? Um, which just leads, back to what I said, Kiki. That's inappropriate to be bringing that up. So shit, Tisha should have hit you with that daggone cup. Mel said when she talked to Kiki, and she said she felt bad, like she didn't, that wasn't her intention. She didn't, come there to do that, but she felt disrespected. She said when you spoke to Amin and you didn't speak to her, then she felt some type of way. And Tisha got up. She just was like, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I feel like it would have been way easier for Tisha to say, it's almost like that situation with Drew over in Atlanta with the kissing the girl thing. I feel like Tisha should have said, for the 100th time, people are spreading rumors about Marceau and his fidelity. And I wish for once I wouldn't have to sit up here answering questions to people about my personal business, because it's nobody's business but mine. Now, Kiki was out here gossiping, and, you know, and for that, I don't with her no more. That's what she could have said. But no, she wanted to get up and, girl, don't nobody believe, like I said, whether he cheated or not, he still got a lot of other issues. Like, nigga went to Africa. And if he went by himself, I don't care. He didn't go with you. For me, that's a problem. So Martell stops over by Nell's house. Nell's outside. Chris is not there. Um, he's bringing some wine over, some Inez wine, because he's a delivery boy, because you can't get it in the store because it's only in the base in the garage of that house that he won't move out of. We don't know where we find it at, but he got some. He might as well give it away because I don't think anybody wants it. Does wine go bad? I don't know. Is it a screw top or is there a cork in it? Anyway, they talk about the barbecue a little bit and how messy that mess was. She said, I noticed Mel didn't speak to you. And, I told her that wasn't right, that it doesn't hurt to speak. And he was like, yeah, I'm always going to speak. She speak everywhere else. Like where? In front of your kids? Yeah, she probably do. But, she wants us to know she ain't effing with you because you keep going on the show trying to act like y'all friends and you ain't. And that's probably all she got for you. Hello, just for her kids won't be feeling uncomfortable. Um, Nell brings up the name change party, and Martell is in his feelings. He feels like it's a slap in his face that Mel would go. He could understand a divorce party, but he doesn't understand a name change party. And I personally don't understand a divorce party. I'm like, nobody's ever really ready to celebrate. You may be ready to celebrate that it's over. A party, though, that's weird. Why are we celebrating a divorce? There's nothing like positive about that. Changing your name though, like that, yeah, I understand it. And Martell said for him it's directly a slap in the face. I was sitting there looking at him with some scuffed up red bottoms on, and I'm like, what's the point of wearing red bottoms if they're gonna be scuffed up like that? Child, keep your feet on the floor because that's a distraction. I don't care about you being feeling like it's a slap in your face. This girl's having a party about herself. She got nothing to do with you except she don't want to be a Hulk no more. And he talking about she ain't never did nothing great with the name Rogers, but she about to. How about that? Hating ass nigga. What have you done? What are you doing now? I saw you down to the Instagram with that girl eating chicken Alfredo or something. Congratulations, y'all are a couple. Um, Nell, Nell was like, I told you in the first place this was gonna happen. Pretty much saying, like, when you went over there and had that baby with that girl and then kept cheating with that girl, I've been told you if you don't stop, you're gonna mess around and it's gonna be over. And then he wants to get all on this whole story about how Mel cheated too, and Nell's like, I don't know nothing about that. We don't, none of us know. You keep saying that, and at the end of the day, what if she did? Mel said that when y'all broke up, because I was on the reunion, she said when y'all broke up, she had an apartment and she let the man come over there and tickle her fancy a little bit. Now she don't remember for sure, but I think she said it could have happened. Shit. She'll remember. Do you ever have like somebody that you can't remember whether, you know what I'm saying? No, I mean like, yeah, you know it probably happened, but you just don't even remember. Just didn't make that much of an impression. So I get what she's saying. Martell says she had cheated on him with multiple guys. Lies you tell. Shut up. The way his ego works, that wouldn't even be a thing. But this is the thing. What does that have to do with anything? We're not talking about Mel cheating. We're talking about she's changing her name from Hope. So, you know, and Nell says she's going to the party. And he said, first he said he had proof. What proof he got? Is it that proof that him and Ariel was over there? What's her name? What's her name? Ariel? Ariane. Was her and him and Ariane over there concocting the proof? Is that the proof we're talking about? I wonder if they asked that at the reunion. Nope, they didn't because they did the reunion already. Um, Martell said he tired of Mel throwing rocks and high in her hand because that's what she do. She good at it. So, long story short, he's upset because the Fletchers are going to the party. He said they done picked a side, they done chose Mel. I mean, they were friends with both of y'all anyway. And they probably picked a side because you done had them summons down to the courthouse and they did not want to do that. So now, yeah. And he said, eat some hors d'oeuvres for him. She said she fussing to eat more. No, he said eat a cupcake for her. She said she about to eat more than a cupcake because she gonna go to that party and she gonna enjoy herself. Now we see next week we're gonna get a little more introduction into the Fletchers, and one of her kids was getting cuss slam out. So we'll see that next week. In the meantime, y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and see you next week. Bye.